Have you ever, because you worked in, like, a restaurant before, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Who came up with 86?
I have no idea.
86 sugar, 86 avocados.
Right.
Well, I mean, I understand what it means, but why 86?
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's part of deep six, like they, you used to deep six, like World War II, you had a plane that crashed on the aircraft carrier, you deep six it. I guess that means like 6 feet deep, like you bury somebody or something.
It's a lot of sixes going on here.
There is. Way too many sixes. 666, sign of the devil.
Stop it!
Here we go. 1,
2,
3. We're going backwards.
3,
3, 2,
I
1.
4. Hey guys, I'm Swags.
I'm Andy, and welcome to RoseCraft Blades YouTube channel. We are going to talk about my knife that's in the model.
Yes.
It's the only one that has my name on it, and it is
the only assisted opener as well.
It is. It's the Skink. Look at this. Bing! It's a button lock. It's thin. You can still close it with one hand, but it is spring assisted, so it is super fast action on this thing. And I have been shocked to find out that this...
It's been one of our best sellers. Like, oh my gosh.
It frightened me because I'll be dead honest about this knife. I was completely inspired by who I think is probably one of the best new designers on the thing, Richard Rogers.
Oh yeah.
Inspired by his CEO knife.
How could you forget?
I don't know. It just, in my brain, it just left me.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see if we could make a slim knife that got my beautiful upswept blade into it.
Right. Well, you know, a little bit different, obviously, from the CEO. Yes, it's an inspiration, but I like this one because you do have the flipper. And plus, it being a button lock, you can do that whole thing. But I don't know. It's nice to have an assisted opener. I mean, that was my first knife. That was the one that you chose for me. So I think this is like, it's perfect for people who are getting their first knife because it's easy to work. You know how to do it. You don't even have to worry about learning about there's a lot of abouts in that. But you don't even have to worry on the liner locks. A lot of people I've learned are having a big problem with liner locks.
They're scared with it. A lot of people are scared to use it. A lot of first-time knife users are scared to use it. Blah, 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 blah.
We're having problems.
The thing about this knife is we were going to do it as a standard flipper that was just not assisted at all. And my request for the knife to have that...
It's just obnoxious, I bet it is.
It's not, it's fine. Only if you were doing it right up next to the microphone. My request was with this knife have a swedge that ran this whole portion here, and it was super thin and slicey. Now, you make that combo, and it gets really, really hard to flip it manually.
Well, it's too light. You wanted a thin, slicey blade, so, I mean, that's just kind of how designing works. You have to decide what's the most important to you. Right,
and to me it was the thin sliciness of this blade. I'm going to hold it up, let's saunter through those.
Saunter through
them.
This is a 3.2-inch D2 upswept blade with a satin finish. It's a assisted opening flipper, ball bearing pivots, pivot. Traditional button lock, dual black and red G10 handles.
I love that part of it.
I do too. It's got steel liners. It's ambidextrous tip-up pocket clip. It's 4.5 inches close, 7.7 inches overall, and it weighs 2.8 ounces.
Yeah, that's really light.
And the designer,
it's me.
Hey Sam,
it's me.
Boom.
I want to say this about this knife too, since it's out there. It's $34.99, guys. If you want to give somebody a RoseCraft, and I think that's one of the reasons it ends up being a bestseller. It's really a good-looking knife, but it also is $34.99.
And it's also so sleek and like slender, and it's thin. So when you put it in your pocket, it's long enough that like you know it's there.
Sure.
But it's light enough that you know it's not weighing down your pocket.
Right. I love this knife. It is thin and slicey, but I'm going to tell you guys straight away. You are not going to survive in the wilderness with this knife.
No.
You are not going to take out the enemy with this knife.
No.
You are probably not going to defend yourself with this knife.
I mean, you can defend yourself with anything.
I agree. My thumb is a deadly weapon. However...
I'm just saying it could do a lot of damage.
What I have intended this knife, you're not going to baton with this knife.
No.
You're going to destroy it if you do. What I keep telling people is this is an executive steak knife. Yeah, that's what it is. It's going to handle almost all of your EDC needs, the things that we do all the time, cutting off tags, cutting off zip ties.
I must be part of the mob, so because when you said cutting off, I thought fingers, for sure.
Wow. No, we're not removing any fingers on it. But you know what? I got something better to cut with it, and it's what it's intended for.
I get this pineapple over here.
We're not doing the pineapple. Steak. Keep this in your pocket. Stop.
I'm betting it.
$34.99. You get a crummy steak knife in the thing. You can just come in here and cut your steak with it.
Yeah, and it works fantastic.
I think we should feed ourselves every one of the episodes. I mean, I think that's going to just need to be a regular test.
Considering we like to film at lunchtime, I don't know why we're not.
I agree. So you just carry this, wipe it off when you're done. It is D2 steel. Remember that D2 steel, if you leave it wet, you leave it dirty, it's going to rust. Just wipe it off.
Is a thing. Is a lot of people do get upset with like it gets dirty and all this and that. I'm like, just wipe it off. That's all you have to do.
Yeah, it's clean now.
And according to Patrick from Essie, he just wipes it on his pants.
That's right.
I can get behind that.
Let the cat lick it off.
I would prefer my cats not licking my knives. They are already terrorists in my home.
You can use the button lock to close it one-handed. You just got to give it a little bloop, there, right there.
Did you see it? Like came back. It was taunting.
Yeah, because it was taunting. I didn't hold it long enough. But it's just a traditional button lock, the way button locks were first introduced. You cannot swing it open or automatically open it with the button lock. But look how nice and thin that is and slicey.
I like that this is actually thicker than, like, what is that, the Boker Quaking Air. I love that handle, and I love that it's rounded, but it's not quite thick enough for me.
Right.
Because it kind of gets into your hand a little bit. Still a great knife.
Right.
Love that knife. But this one's a little bit thicker, so I have a little more to actually hold on to.
Steel liners on that, too, that are not skeletonized. So you have a solid knife that's right here.
Yeah.
Again, $34.99 $34.99 over at RoseCraftBlades.com. Go check this out and everything else that's in the modern line as well. Yeah. And make sure you're following us on Instagram. Make sure you're following us on, not Twitter, Facebook.
Facebook and Instagram, and on YouTube, you can please subscribe, and click the notification bell so you can be notified every time that we upload a video.
Yeah. This steak is...
I bet Santa.
What are you doing? How many times did I tell you not to do that?
It is what it is. It's a people mover, and I have steak.
This steak back. We'll catch you next time.
Bye, guys.
Use my fingers.
You animal.
I got the gristle.